Hey guys, breaking news. The suspect in the United Healthcare CEO case has been identified. I repeat, the suspect has been identified. However, don't forget, even though he has been identified, it is high alert at all the insurance companies because all the CEOs have pulled down their profiles. And on top of that, they have released internal memos through the United Healthcare that they are not allowed to talk or say anything bad about the companies. Let's get into who the suspect is. But side note, we really do have to say, I don't think that anybody is this mad. And I don't think the country seems to have united over the healthcare CEOs because of bad Yelp reviews. Pretty sure that the people that have blood in their eyes and literally want to sow the grapes of wrath are doing it because they were denied claims and their loved ones were. But let's get into this. Speaking of denied claims, okay? Authorities have identified the man suspected of killing United Healthcare executive Brian Thompson and are closing in on him. Mayor Eric Adams was quoted as saying on Saturday by the New York Post, "The net is tightening." He told reporters at a police athletic league holiday party in Harlem. According to the New York Post, he declined to name the suspect. Now and again, I think this is all cap. Just hear me out. Well, let's get to the end of this part because they even found a dummy backpack in Central Park that looks like it was planted. How can you have all of this evidence? Anyway, this guy did an expert style hit. All the police officers seem to be in love and enamored with what we will talk about, the people's champ, the new John Wick 5. And he did all that and he was so sloppy he left a backpack in Central Park. Please. Now, they said they're closing in. Let's not forget the shooting sparked a massive manhunt for the gunman who fled on foot wearing a hooded jacket, a baklava, and a gray backpack. Mayor Eric Adams, who is under federal indictment, so maybe he sees this as a comeback, said he was quoted by the Post saying the police were withholding the suspect's name for now to deny him any advantage. He said, "We don't want to release that now. If you do, you are basically giving a tip to the person we are seeking, and we do not want to give him an upper hand at all. Let him continue to believe he can hide behind the mask. We revealed his face," referring to a security camera photos and video released after the murder. "We're going to reveal who he is, and we're going to bring him to justice." You revealed his face and then you released a all points bulletin saying you believe he has left New York City and he is out of the area. And I heard some people saying, "Oh, they only did that so they could draw the killer out." Why would you tell the average citizens that a killer has left the area when there might be other poor CEOs at risk? It really doesn't make any sense. But okay, NYPD, methinks Eric Adams is trying to save face and or avoid that possible federal, and well, it is an actual federal indictment, but an actual federal conviction. Anyway, New York police said on Friday they believe the suspect had left New York City after video emerged showing him climbing into a taxi that took him to a bus station. They said, "We have video of him entering the Port Authority bus terminal, but we don't have any video of him exiting, so we believe he may have gotten on a bus. Those buses are interstate buses. That's why we believe he may have left New York City." Again, a couple of interesting things I just really want to talk about, right? Because it needs to be said. For one, when it actually came to the I guess I don't want to call him the vigilante, put some respect on his name. A few people had things to say. For one, people said, so anyone out there actually buying the fact that an operator like the one that took out the United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson, would leave evidence like a backpack behind where NYPD and FBI could find it by mistake? Yeah, me neither. I don't believe that for 1 second either. Another person said, kind of interesting how the NYPD is putting more effort to find the guy who unalived the United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson, than they do in finding missing children. Now, interestingly enough, as much faith as people have in the NYPD, You know that it was actually somebody on Twitter, Riley, on Twitter, I believe his username is RTWLZ. He actually believes that he found where the actual killer was and he helped the NYPD. Now, let me just say this to Riley. You have to be that kid that raises your hand in class and tells the teacher that they forgot to give the test on Monday that they promised on Friday. You must be that kid that as the teacher dismisses the class says, but wait, you forgot to ask for our 30-page papers. Riley, shut up. But anyway, Riley did find some important information. Riley actually found, which I wish he hadn't shared with the police. At the end of the day, I'm not saying he deserved it. I'm just saying let the police do his job. Justice will be revealed. Riley said, I'm fairly confident of where the United Healthcare assassin escaped to. He escaped on an electric city bike, according to police. He said, I happen to continuously scrape city bike data every minute, so I can see where an individual bike goes. The only northbound city bike to leave within 10 minutes of the shooting from any dock near their hotel went to Madison Ave East and 82nd Street. Bike number 4216511 left the dock at 54th Street and 6th Ave at 6:44 a.m. and was docked at 6:52 a.m. on Madison Ave at 82nd Street. This is the only bike that left within 10 minutes of the shooting and was headed northbound. Listen. Now, here's the thing, Riley. Shut up. We don't want your help. Go take your overachieving, extra smart self somewhere else and do some good. However, there is an update, and this is only the beginning, because despite recent findings of the previous post of Riley, Lyft has openly stated that they believe that the city bike is not involved in the murder of Brian Thompson. Additionally, police believed that the man responsible not only had fake identification, but also had fake clothes, also had fake everything. I will say one thing that was very, very interesting is how much the police are enamored with this suspect. I'm going to leave you with a few TikToks. I will say one thing. It is amazing to me how this whole situation has united the left and the right and has united our country. Say what you want about politics. I really don't care what you believe. I will say this. I do believe people are sick of the rich eating from a trough of gluttony, leaving not even the crumb for the masses. I think a lot of what's going on is people are sick of it. And the apathy and lack of empathy that you feel, right? That people are feeling as a direct result from what these corporations have done. And I do believe it is very, very sick. Anyway, you guys, we're not going to leave on a heavy note. Listen to these TikToks right behind. They're actually super funny, amusing, and informative. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Bye.
The shooting of Thompson has unleashed a wave of evil from members of the left. Thompson was not a criminal. He wasn't even an advocate of death, the way, for example, abortion or euthanasia advocates are. Thompson's great sin, according to these people, is that he was the head of a company that exists within a mixed private-public healthcare framework, and that he did his job, because that's how health insurance actually works.
This feels like a pivotal moment in American history. It feels different from anything else I've seen in America previously, because this is Ben Shapiro doing his usual shtick of blaming the left for things he doesn't like happening in American society, the assassination of the United Healthcare CEO in this case. But what's really interesting is the comments that are completely roasting him from people on his own side of the political spectrum. The murder of the CEO seems to have united people in a way that we've never seen before. And I actually wonder if we could be seeing an end of that dramatic political polarization we've seen in America, because Americans are really fucking united about this. This person says, this is the most united the country has been since 9/11. Clearly not just the left. Benny, this is a non-partisan issue. Please stop trying to constantly divide our country. This isn't a left versus right issue. It's the working class versus the wealthy, and that's probably why you're trying to pretend it's something it's not. This has to be the first time I'm seeing Ben get cooked by his own comment section. Ben is pissed because bipartisan agreement is bad for his business model. So we're so used to seeing this left-right divide in America. But what this comment section suggests is that people are waking up to the fact that it's actually an up versus down divide. I saw somebody saying the other day in reference to the Democrats' election campaign, Beyonce's not going to pay my rent. People are looking at left and right and seeing that the enemy actually is the oligarchs. It's the Elon Musks. It's the people who own the media. It's people who are supporting left and right who are, as some of these comments say, fueling division. But actually, it's not their fellow Americans. It's not the person next door who might have a Trump flag up or might have a Harris flag up. And you may disagree with them politically, but actually you have much more in common than you do with people who are pulling the strings and running the country. I'm really fascinated to see where this is going to go, because I've never seen this kind of populism that is taking aim against the people at the top of the hierarchy, but uniting left and right. Really fascinating.
I think the police are in love with the unaliver of the CEO of United Healthcare. Because the way they're talking about him is like, wow, game recognized game. But I see what you did, what? Like, you see the proficiency of how he reloaded the gun when the gun jammed? This guy is proficient with weapons. He's a weapons master. How he got away on a city bike, smooth on out of there. This guy is amazing. They wouldn't know about unaliving people. Yeah, they wouldn't know. Especially about unaliving unarmed people. They wouldn't know. They love the skills and how he got away immediately.
About the United Healthcare CEO that was murdered? Do we have any eyewitnesses? Only a few. Most people said they're actually considered legally blind. How is it New Yorkers never see crime? They all see a homeless man shitting on the subway. What did the people who can actually see say? One said delighted, another overjoyed. A man lost his life. One sent thoughts and copays. Well, that's not right. And one said they had a Titan submersible level of empathy. Did the investors he was meeting see anything? No, they just stepped over his blood to start the meeting on time. Seems a little heartless. We have released a picture of the suspect. Oh, he's so hot. How about that jawline? He may have just murdered someone. That's not a red flag. Well, at least he didn't gaslight him. Oh yeah, this is better. Also looks like 58% of under 30 finance bros. He's not a finance bro. He's a trained assassin. What makes you say that? His firearm had a silencer on it. Maybe he just grew up playing GoldenEye. Does anyone have motive? 29 million upset United Healthcare customers? That narrows it down. The bullets had delay and deny on them, which are tactics they use to not pay medical expenses. We don't know it was an unhappy customer. Well, United did make over $20 billion last year. Good for them. But they did so by having AI wrongfully deny 90% of elderly patients care. That's not great. And they buried medical reports. Bad look. And they paid off doctors for rubber-stamped recommendations. Okay, but why take it out on the CEO? Because he personally made over $10 million last year? That doesn't make him a bad guy. No, but it does make him a dead one.
Hello, sir. Did you witness anything strange in the area?
What, witness?
Yes.
Is this camera on?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, no, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Matter of fact, I'm blind in my left eye and 43% blind in my right eye. I don't see much of nothing. Matter of fact, I can't even see you, sir.
You guys from the NYPD? No? Then keep scrolling. I'm waiting for the NYPD. NYPD, listen up. I know you're desperately needing help in finding a certain someone. Just a few minutes ago, down here in Houston, I saw a guy that is dressed identical to those two photos. By the way, those two photos look completely identical to each other. This dude down here that I just saw, he's wearing the same green jacket. He's got the same nose, the same everything. Man, you guys might want to get down here. Just make sure you bring my $10,000 reward.